Hello and welcome, I am Zombie Kitty and welcome to another reaction video. So we're just going to do one episode of the Jigsaw blogs in this particular part because this is called The Interview. So if you remember from the last episode, Jacob managed to get an interview with Corbett Denlon, who is Jeff's daughter from Saw 3. And he also got a very interesting message from the organ donor to do with, he got an envelope saying watch out for my sign, and he tried to contact Mark again. Mark is not available. I think there's a certain reason as to why. I think there's connections. I think things are starting to come together. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. So let's go. Cool. It's in the evening. Okay. That's an interesting ringing tone. Never heard that one before.
Hello? Corbett?
Oh, it's
Hi,
Zoom.
I can see you just fine.
Oh, good.
That's a first.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it so much.
Sure, no problem. It was great catching up with your mom. She always was one of my favorite teachers.
Yeah, she's great. She could be mean, that's for sure. I know that.
Oh, I forgot about the
She was
mum.
practically a drill sergeant when she was teaching. But I always liked that about
Yeah,
her.
no, I forgot about
She
the
was
mum.
firm, but she made teaching fun as well.
Yeah,
So when did she retire?
about 5 years ago.
Really? I thought she'd always be teaching.
She still subs from time to
Well,
time.
yeah.
But she's gonna keep on doing it until she can't go no more.
We
Well, that's
heard...
good for her.
Yeah.
I'm going to pause quickly because I forgot about this. Yeah, we heard about the mum last episode or the video before where she's in the hospital, but her previous doctor was Dr. Gordon, as in Lawrence Gordon from the first film. So I completely forgot about that as well. And this is how he got the interview, is that she was supposedly a student of his mum's. So yeah, sorry, I completely forgot about that part. Considering the big reaction I had to like his mum's last doctor, yeah, probably should have remembered that one.
So, did you happen to receive the package that I sent you?
I have.
Yeah, let's...
And at your request, I haven't opened it yet.
Good, because this was the first time I ever had to mail
Yeah.
anything to Canada.
So do you want me to open it now?
Not yet.
I
There's
can't
something that I
remember
wanna
what
talk to you
you
about first, okay?
posted.
Okay.
Now, I understand that this topic I'm going to talk to you about is probably going to be very difficult for you.
Yeah, but it's okay. If you want to talk about the latest Jigsaw attacks, I'm not worried.
Oh, does she not?
Really?
Yeah, I'm
No.
far away from that city. And plus, I already know he's dead.
Right.
Well, we're not really sure about that one. We don't really know
That's
anymore.
not all that I want to talk to you about. You can go ahead and open the package now, okay?
Did you not tell her what this is actually about? I mean, I guess... I get why, because you have to secure the interview. Oh no, this is going to be... Oh no!
Oh my... how did you...
It turns out a man young did take everything from you that night. This was found in the police storage. I figured it deserves to go to a good home. And it belongs with the right person.
I get why you did this, but I don't know if it was a good move.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome. But that's not the only thing in the box. Go ahead, keep looking. Okay? There's something else in there.
I feel so nervous. I think it's her guard is now up
I had
as
a feeling
well.
it'd
She's
be
like,
yours.
You're picky. I thought I lost him. I was so jealous of Dylan's pick. That my parents got me one just like this.
Dylan was the
Corbett.
son.
I need you to tell me everything that you know. I need you to tell me everything that happened to you that night.
I haven't done this since so many years.
I understand this is probably very difficult for you to go through and remember all this.
Yeah,
pain,
you
trauma
kind of
related,
sprung
but
this on her.
people need to understand the truth. People need to understand your side of the story. And sometimes I'm a firm believer that history needs to be heard from both sides. And I very much want to hear your side of the story. So please, Corbett, help me.
Just give me a minute. I'll call you back.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll be right here waiting for you, okay?
She ain't gonna call you back.
I just hope this works.
Yeah, I get why you did this. But at the same time... Oh, I don't
Hi,
know.
are you there still, Corbett?
Yeah, sorry. I'm a mess right now. I just needed a moment to get myself together.
No, that's fine. I understand. This is okay. We can still talk like this.
I guess I should start at the beginning.
Okay.
It started when my brother Dylan was killed about 15 years ago. I was at softball practice and I was waiting for Mom to come pick me up, but she never did. My coach got a call saying my brother was hit by a drunk driver. By the time we got to the hospital, he was already gone. My mother, she did everything she could to save him. And the first person I saw was her. She broke down and told me, and we cried for what felt like forever. But my dad took his death the hardest out of all of us.
Yeah.
He once told me that he would find a way to kill the driver that hit my brother.
Well, he managed it.
Yes.
He was given 6 months in jail. His lawyer got him off based on a technicality, claiming that your father should have been more responsible for watching your brother.
He was a 5-year-old boy who loved to ride his tricycle. The
Yeah.
driver still could have seen him coming.
I don't disagree with you in that statement. Your father claimed that the driver was drunk, but when the police tested him, there was a little bit of alcohol in his system, but not over the limit.
Regardless, my brother's gone. And his death changed my father. He started to drink more and more. He would constantly argue with Mom. And the saddest part was that he would just stay in my brother's room for hours and never come out.
Yeah.
When a few months went by, my mom suggested that we store or just sell Dylan's belongings.
Some of
But
this is
my dad
in
refused
Saw
to give
3.
any of Dylan's items.
Yeah.
Every time I'd go to get a toy from Dylan's room, he would yell at me,
He
wanted me to leave
wouldn't
all his
like
things
it.
alone and get out.
Wow.
My mom tried so many times to snap him out of it. But every day that I saw her argue with him, she just got more and more depressed. She completely gave up on helping him, and she wouldn't even speak to him, or me for that matter. She would just spend more and more time at the hospital and just bury herself completely in her work.
This is also mentioned in the film as well.
I had no idea that it had that much of an impact on your household. Your parents shouldn't have treated you that way. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I've accepted the fact that they both handled their grief in their own way. Truth be told, how do you properly handle grief of a lost child?
Yeah.
Right. So, can you please talk about the night you were taken by Amanda Young?
The night before, I had trouble sleeping, and I wanted to sleep with an old toy from my brother's room. I lost my stuffed pig, so I decided to take Dylan's. That morning, my dad woke me up, and he was angry with me for taking Dylan's toy. After that, I went to get ready for
That's a
school.
terrifying
The
photo.
next thing I remember is this giant pig monster comes and grabs me. I don't remember much after that.
You were injected with a powerful sedative, which was a common thing used in Jigsaw abductions. Can you please tell me what happened, or what's the next thing that you remember after you woke up?
I woke up on a bed in a room with hardly any air. The door was locked and all I had was a bed and blanket. The door was unlocked and then a bigger person came in. He had my favorite doll.
It was a man in a pig mask, wasn't it?
I realize that now, but he never said a word. Just held up my doll like he wanted me to take it. So I took it and I hid under the covers, hoping that he'd go away. When the
Wonder
door
who that
closed,
was.
I figured he was gone and I was alone for what seemed like eternity.
Maybe Mark?
I think I have a good idea on who it was. But please, continue.
Might be Mark.
The next thing I remember is I heard a voice coming from outside the door. It was a woman's voice. I'm pretty sure now it was Amanda.
Yeah, it was.
Pretty
So
scared.
this is interesting. So I'm going to pause again because this part's interesting. So yes, it is Amanda's voice. She basically tells Corbett to not trust. What was it? It was like not trust the man who speaks to you or something or helps you. Not trust the man who saves you. Sorry, because in the films, Mark is the one who gets Corbett out of the cell, but it's all a big plan to make him the hero, to like save everything and blah blah blah. But her scene where she's telling the girl this, that's an after credits scene in like, was it 3 or 4 or something? Yeah, I didn't even know about that until I did like a Saw movie marathon back in uni. I didn't even know that was there because the end credit scenes, they weren't really a thing yet. Not until like Marvel films became a bit more popular and stuff. It wasn't really too much of a thing yet. So yeah, it was kind of crazy that this had an after credits scene.
Almost as scared as I was.
What did she say exactly?
She said, remember, don't trust the one who saves you.
Yeah, this is what I just said.
I see. And the person who saved you was...
Detective Mark Hoffman. Yes.
So where did he find you at?
I remember being so hot and tired that I fell asleep on the bed. And then the next thing I know, the door opens and Hoffman picks me up and carries me out of the room. He kept telling me, everything is going to be okay. And then there were police sirens and cars, with cops everywhere outside. I just wanted to know where my mom
So this
and
is
dad
like
were.
4 and 5, basically.
The last thing Hoffman told me was, everything was going to be okay.
I'm just glad that you made it out alive that night, because a lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
So
No, a lot
what
of people
happened
did
after
not.
Hoffman saved you?
The EMTs took me to the ambulance, kept me warm, gave me oxygen, and took me to the hospital. I must have fallen asleep or something because the next thing I remember is it's the morning and I woke up in a hospital bed. I asked where my mom was since I was in the hospital, and I assumed she was still working and that she'd come see me, but she never did.
Yeah, because she died.
So who was the one that talked to you about all the events that happened at the Gideon?
Because she died from the
packaging
shotgun
manufacturer
collar.
that night?
There was one nurse, Debbie was her name, and I knew her because she worked for my mom.
I was going to say, she's the
She stayed
co-worker
with me the entire night, made sure I was okay. The next
who
morning
speaks
after
to
Debbie
Lynn.
brought me breakfast, I was visited by a bald cop, and he asked me everything that happened to me that day. I told him there was a voice telling me, don't trust the one who saves me.
Yeah, this is the
What did he
cop
say
from
afterwards?
those particular films.
Nothing.
He's sort of in and
He
out
just
of
went
the
on
franchise.
and said that I don't need to worry anymore because they got Jigsaw. That he won't hurt me or anyone else anymore.
Oh yeah,
But
because
then I heard
Jeff
him call me
killed him.
outside, Debbie crying. She came into the room, told me that my mom and dad were gone. At first I was confused because the cop had just told me that I don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah.
I looked at Debbie and I said, please, 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 tell me they're not dead. And she looked at me
Yeah.
with tears in her eyes and said, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I forgot that Jeff was the one who killed Jigsaw, but by doing that, he also accidentally killed Lynn by the shotgun collar. So,
Your dad was the one who killed Jigsaw, wasn't he?
Yeah.
yeah, I
He
guess
said
she
he
wouldn't
killed
know
Jigsaw.
any of this actually until
Not
much
calling him
much
that
later.
hero. It didn't make any better that by killing Jigsaw, he killed my mom too.
I was gonna say,
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Please. If I had a nickel for every time I've heard those words.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Jacob. It's just...
I know.
Well, it's been years later as well.
It's okay.
Gosh, I haven't had to do this in a while.
So what happened next? Did anybody come talk to you?
Now that I think about it, There was another woman who was a cop. Her name started with L. I can't remember. Lisa, Laura.
Lindsay?
Yes, that's the one.
I'm trying to think
She
who that
didn't
is.
see me, but she was also attacked by Jigsaw herself. She had massive cuts all over her face, and it was covered up.
Oh,
Do you
No.
remember everything that you all discussed by chance?
was this the one with Peter
To
Storm?
hear my full story, so I told her about everything, and she just kept asking me, "Who was it again that saved you?"
Did anything else come up by chance?
Not really. She had to go back into her room to be checked on by the doctors. I stayed the rest of the night
Yeah.
with Becky, who said I could go with her the next day. But when I asked about Lindsay the next morning, she was gone.
Yeah.
She was okay. Lindsay Perez knew something wasn't quite
Yeah,
right
that
about
was it.
Kaufman
That's her
being the
name.
Survivor that night of the Jigsaw killings. So she had her superior, Special Agent Harrison, declare her dead in order for her to be protected from future attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to hear. Maybe I can talk to her again someday?
Ah! Ah! I don't know about that one.
But Lindsay Perez was
She was
later
actually
murdered by
killed
Mark
this
Kaufman.
time round.
Why? Why didn't anyone listen to me? I told everyone the truth, and no one listened.
It's okay, Corbett.
No, it's not okay. She
No,
could have been
people
saved.
died because of
if
it.
the police just listened to what I told them, she could be alive. Dozens of people could have been saved, and it's all my fault.
It's not your fault, Corbett. The police should have listened to your statement earlier. They should have believed you.
But I just wish someone, just anyone could have believed me about Hoffman.
I believe you, Corbett. I'm listening to you right now.
The problem is it's too
I
late
just
now.
want to give your voice the recognition it needs. You're a survivor. And every survivor needs to have their story told.
I just hope that someone stopped Mark Hoffman from killing more people.
Believe me.
You don't have to worry about that one anymore. Yeah.
So what happened to you next? I mean, the last time that we saw each other, I don't know if you remember, you were in my mother's classroom. And the last thing my mom told me about you was you had to move because of the last Jigsaw attacks. Where did you go?
I had no other family. My mom's family lived out of the country, and my dad had no living relatives. So, I was placed in a foster home.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Really?
was kind of waiting for that route to come up.
I'm so sorry.
I kind of had a feeling that's
My
where it
family
ended
took
up.
great care of me. They gave me the opportunity to succeed on my own.
That's good.
I graduated high school early in 2015, and I'm looking to graduate from Toronto soon with a degree in engineering, and I've taken up Muay Thai.
Cool.
Well, I'll tell you, you'll be making a lot more money than a teacher's salary, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm doing well for myself.
Yeah, see? Your Jigsaw experience made your life turn out better after all the end anyways.
You just gotta...
Excuse me?
It's nothing, I'm sorry.
No. What did you mean by that?
Well, it's just that.
You think that my experiences with surviving Jigsaw made me a better person after everything he did to my family?
Well, he did test your parents for a reason.
Test them?
Yeah, test him. I'm just thinking like the way Jigsaw would. I mean, he sees someone the way they acted, that your family was acting, the way they were treating you and
Oh,
everything like that.
God, I
The
hate
way that you
this.
told me, it sounds like they were practically dragging their knuckles on the ground. So, like, can kind of see why Jigsaw
No,
would
oh,
test
this is
them.
so
Kinda made
awkward.
sense.
You didn't even know my parents, and you don't even know me, you asshole.
Whoa, asshole! Really? Well, based upon your juvenile records, you weren't acting so much different than the way your parents were. And while we're on the subject, Corbett, let's talk about your juvenile records, shall we? You were in trouble with the law multiple times. I mean, at age 12, you practically beat a girl to death with a softball bat for mocking your family, and let's not forget about the time a year later you broke a boy's jaw with a flashlight. Okay,
You
look,
did warn her
I'm sorry.
that you see
went too
both
far.
sides of the story.
It's just that people get the wrong idea about John Kramer. I mean, all they see is just the blood and torture devices. I mean, I've just been an admirer of his philosophies, you know? For years, I've heard nothing but people saying how he's just a mindless murderer who just kills for pleasure. That's not John Kramer at all. He tested people for
But
a
I also
reason,
get
and
why
it's
she
all
would be angry as
rehabilitation.
well.
Well, I'm sorry for the loss of your family. I am. I'm sympathetic towards you. You have my condolences. And I'm sorry for snapping at you like that. Okay? It's just that people get the wrong idea about Jigsaw. And I just believe that he wanted to test them and give them a chance to free themselves from all the pain and trauma they've gone through and test them in his way. You can understand, right, Corbett?
She's going to hang up on him.
Corbett?
She's going to hang up on him.
Hello?
If she's...
Now you listen to me. My parents were not perfect, but they still loved me despite everything they went through.
Yeah.
John Kramer had no right to play God with their lives. They didn't deserve to die. And the fact that I'm hearing this from you or anyone from your stupid fanboy website is appalling.
I'm just saying that.
No, Jigsaw was a fucking psychopathic madman that murdered dozens of people. And if you can't see that, then you're just as delusional as he was. I just hope you realize that before it's too late for you. In the meantime, thank you, fuck you, bye.
Yeah, she's going to hang up. There you go. I have so much... Okay, I get both sides.
What the fuck did I do?
Yeah, you messed up. But I mean, okay, that didn't end how I expected it to, I'll be honest. Okay. Firstly, Jacob did warn you at the very start. He says, I try to see both sides of a story. I try to see both sides of things. I feel like that should have been a warning in advance. You know, that should have been a warning first off. However, I don't think telling a victim that their parents deserve to be in a what is a torture trap, no matter what the reasons are, and no matter what the psychological reasons are and beliefs behind it, you're still torturing people, you're still killing people. You know, Jigsaw's still torturing people because of that. And I don't think it was a good idea to mention to a victim that their parents deserve to be in that. I know we've seen... God, that was so uncomfortable. I had been told by Jacob Walton that this was going to get emotional, but he didn't tell me. You didn't tell me it was going to get really awkward and uncomfortable. I feel like, though, at the same time, he's been, like, character Jacob in the Jigsaw blogs has been called out by his family. I think he kind of needed to be called out by an actual victim. Because it's all well and good being called out by your family, like, you know, you're spending so much time doing this, you know, you've got to pay attention to your family life. It's different being called out by an actual victim and being like, hey, maybe you shouldn't be doing this and you should actually approach this with some fucking empathy. So I kind of get her response as well. Obviously, I get what his side of thing and what he's doing. However, at the same time, like I said, it's not a good idea to say that to a victim of Jigsaw who has gone through all of that as well. And then to be like, you know, oh, like, you know, like try to, how am I trying to say this? Like try to get her to understand the Jigsaw's philosophy. It's like, no, she's not going to, because she experienced that. Like, you can't get her on your side in that way, especially when you've already insulted her. Yeah, God, that was so awkward. Oh, yeah, this was the other thing I was going to mention at the start. I get at the same time that you want to secure this interview with her. You want to secure an interview with an actual Jigsaw victim, so you're not going to tell her to open the package before the interview, because otherwise she probably won't agree to the interview. I get that. However, at the same time, holy shit. Maybe don't do that. Maybe don't tell her. I don't know. It's getting to the point where if this definitely felt like character, like obviously I'm talking about the character in Jigsaw blogs. It's starting to feel like Jacob is like using people. That's the impression I'm kind of getting, especially from this. I don't know. It just kind of seems like, especially with him not telling her to open the box until she was actually on camera so he could record her reaction. I get it in terms of you want to secure an interview, so you're not going to tell her to do that beforehand because she won't agree to it. I get that, but at the same time, it's like, well, this is not giving you, this is not putting you in a good light. However, I really thought she was going to react angrily to the items that she saw and actually try and hang up at that point. I really thought that was what was going to happen. I thought she was going to completely reject the interview because of the items, because she did ask, well, how did you get any of this? Like, how did you get this stuff? And I feel like, yeah, if I was in that situation and someone said, oh, I found your, like, childhood belongings from a past that you probably want to forget about, you know, have all these items that have been secured by the police and now you have them, I'd probably be a bit freaked out as well. I'd be like, wait, how did you get that? How did you find that? I'd be a bit concerned too. Plus the fact that he pulled up her blooming criminal records as well. It's like, he knows a lot about you. Yeah, I feel like this really showed that, one, Jacob... I've said this so many times in other episodes, but Jacob's getting a bit too close to things, and, like, I can see why his family is a bit like, maybe stop this. But also, it really seemed like, especially when he was reading at her, like, juvenile records, it was like he took back control of that interview. It was starting to slip away from him when he fucked up, but he was starting to get back control again and being like, hey, look, I actually know more about you than you think you do. At the same time, I get why she hung up on him and why she swore at him. Also, on that point, I don't know who this actress is, but I thought she was really good. I will say, I don't know if it's the same actress as the child actor in Saw 3. I have no idea. Jacob, maybe if you can actually let me know, because I actually have no idea. If it is, that's amazing to get her to be in this episode. If it's not, though, then you've done really well to get an actress who looks like that character grown up. And she did a really good job as well. She did really, really well. Because this was a tough one to do as well. You had to go through so many different emotions with this one. So, yeah, you did really well as well. But yeah, I'm really glad that the next thing I'm recording is a Sandersides video, which is a bit more humorous. Because I need to, like, just calm down a bit. But yeah, I think that was a really interesting episode. But that is the only one we're going to be doing in this reaction series, just because next episode is episode 13, and then there's a whole load of like after credit stuff afterwards. Very, very interesting. I had a lot of different thoughts with this one. And yeah, I will put the playlist in the description down below so you guys can go off and watch this for yourselves. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye!